Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on? What up, what up, what up? And you got Crypto Mikkel over there, yo, whoa, with his dramatic entry. Oh, look at that. And of course, myself, I know, right? And of course, you got myself, Nemesis, yo, what's up, all you awesome hashers out there? What's going on? What up, Chris? Going on. We got John Germain. We got Tech Man, fashionably late. Yeah. We have a tradition after all these years. Integra Guy, what's up? Got those FAs, yo. What up, Retro Mike?
What are you doing, Retro Mike?
He's like, how many LTC for that Octo hat, man? Name
10.
your price. 10 LTC. Look at that. We have a price. It's been worn by a DCA member. It is a rare
10.
Octo hat. So, are you a buyer? Are you a buyer at 10 Litecoin? Are you a buyer?
It even has a silver Sharpie.
It even still has the stickers on it.
It does. It's as mint as possible. 10 is cheap.
Oh, we might have a buyer. We might have a buyer at 10. Do I see it 12? Do we have 12? Do we have 12?
Homebrew like.
What up? Let's see here.
Terrible. It's downright terrible. So how's it going, Retro Mike? Are you having fun soldering all of that stuff? Because it sounds like it'd be so much fun. Just kidding. I don't think it'd be very fun.
Well,
not a soldering kind of guy.
It depends if you like that stuff. I mean, if you like doing soldering, I mean, it can be your zen. You know how you like to do Ethernet wiring? So there are people out there
that's a relative situation. Do I like doing it? Debatable. Is it good, like droning work that I enjoy? Yes.
Right.
Do I like it? I don't know, man. Sometimes.
Well, though, that's probably the same sensation some people have with soldering.
It's got one you soldered, got to do the other ones. Right on, because you have to do the pin terminals. It's like the 2-pin out terminals, and then that's it, right? But that's like 2 per 1 times 5, so it's 10, right? And then however many solders per one, which would be 7, 8, something like that. I don't know. I guess it's a lot. Power terminals were pre-soldered, but I had to do all the female headers. Yeah. That's what I was figuring.
It's just mindless drone work. It's just, you're just sitting there. And you can sometimes get into a little rhythm. Once you start getting a feel of how where your
at least
solder
the power
point...
terminals were soldered. That I didn't think was going to be done. I thought it was just going to be a blank board. Like, completely blank.
Well, yes and no, because you almost if they've got a dedicated spot for where power and ground is universally through the board.
I mean, it's built into the board. Like all the holes and everything is there. It's just you have to solder the connectors. But some of the pictures didn't look like there was any connectors. at all.
Right. Yeah.
Some look like
I
it
saw
has.
some. I caught
Some it
some
looked
of
like
that.
it. Some looks like it had them. Some look like it had them all. So I don't know if earlier on that they were all there, but then realized that too much work and just took care of the boards. I don't know. They have 4 different power options on the port, but the only one of them is pre-soldered. If you want to do the other ones, you have to buy the corresponding or buy the
Components.
components and solder
Yeah,
them in.
solderman. Yeah.
Nice. Very
That
nice.
that is a lot of work.
It's got spots for surface mount resistors too. So I was concerned as I was going to blow something, but no fires yet. Been hashing for 2 days. I mean, none of the other ones looked like they had any kind of resistors soldered onto it. It was just basically looks like it was just data transfer and power, right? Because you don't even need the power cords anymore, if I'm not mistaken, right, Retro Mike? Like that's 86 takes away 5 cables. Completely.
That's not too bad. That's not shabby.
I mean, it's clean as shit. No, wait.
Gotta wait like forever.
It is a provision for a USB power cable and DC barrel jack. I think the resistors may be for that. Okay, so right now you still have to use all 5 external power cables. Is that what you're saying? Oh, never. I don't know. I don't know. Take a picture of it and send it to me. No, I'm using the pre-soldered terminal jack. Okay, so there's no cables. The only cables currently are the ones powering the 1U by 5 volt. Got it. Meanwhile, 100 watt, 5 volts on it. Okay, I get you. That's cool stuff, dude.
Yeah. So it's about it's like as efficient as like a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
That's fucking
It
cool.
doesn't pull 100 watts, like nowhere near. Should be enough to power the full rack. Yeah, it's like they shouldn't be like anywhere near that ESP32.
They only pull 0.7 watts each. Damn.
Yeah, I was like they're like
Yeah, because
they don't pull like any wattage. Like there's
well, neither does the
really
Raspberry
low.
Pi too. So that's why like in my
Well,
mind I
Pi
compare.
pulls like 7 watts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 7 to 10 watts, depending on the Pi. Right.
Right. Right.
Uh,
Right. And what kind of workloads there are, but it's like when it comes down for me to understand like you know how efficient it is. It's like yeah, they're about as efficient as a Raspberry Pi.
what's the hash per one of those?
And
Uh,
you can remote in.
for his phones, he said he
Oh,
redid all
that's
of his cell
cool.
phones today for
Aha.
the new retro way. We can remote into the phones and should be a little bit more efficient now. Should be. I think it's like right in the way of chat. There we go. releasing another video. You can ignore it. It's just the remote setup part. Nice. Yo, Ralph Cooper.
What up? What up?
My dude. Let's see. If I'm not mistaken, nerd miners pull around 45 kilo hashes per nerd miner. Yeah. For 0.7 of a watt. Yep. 45 point, like, call it 45.5 kilo hashes per second for 0.7 watts is that's your calculations for efficiency. And you can times that by like 5. 45.5 times 5 is 227.5 kilo hashes. For 3.5 watts. So full 1U, same amount of power as a Pi.
That's fucking killer.
Mining that busy Bitcoin.
That's some pretty efficient hardware. Now,
It's
how
terribly
profitable
efficient hardware.
But how
But,
profitable?
Like, lottery miner is what that is. That is a lottery miner. I had to write a bunch of custom code because I'm using mine for doing no coin and not for Hashrate 56. Oh, there was no UI. Nice, yeah. I don't know, that's cool stuff. Yes, I did see that. NerdMiner did a release update, and NerdMiner device owners can pull together now. It'll be interesting if it was pulled for NerdMiner users only. Interesting. I know they have like their own pool. By the time I get my KS zeros, they will be unprofitable. I mean, I told you not to buy one, but
You need to be in that first batch. Otherwise, it's really diminishing returns. Because where the profitability is right now, it's going to be in half by the time you get it.
Yeah.
That's the roll of the dice with poop coins and ASICs and FPGAs, depending on which route that you're going. FPGAs will hopefully be more versatile and you can change it up, but if it's ASIC bound.
My E300 is still profitable. You got a solid 3 days with the KS0. He said it's fine. Oh, well, yeah, it's fine. Retro Mike, did you see the video that I posted that if you go to hashrate.no, you can actually there's a calculator for the E300s now. Now you can use their calculator. It's not like super duper accurate. It's still less than stock, but it is at least something for people to go off of. They even added the Superscalar K10. Making $14 a day. Jeez. That's intense. Yeah, they added the K10 as of either today or yesterday. And mining RXD, it states $14 a day. Wicked. I can. Supposedly they do. But yeah. Mining RXD. Supposedly they have an RXD bitstream. I don't know that for sure. I have heard rumors that they have it, but I've heard these are the two rumored ones that they have working. Clearly, I don't know 100%, but oh, it's like let's one. So there's your profitability breakdown on a Superscalar K10. Thing's way too expensive. It is way too expensive, Tommy G. It's not worth it. Just this bitstream is extremely profitable right now.
Right, which it's all on the short term.
Right. So here's the E300s. Yes, this is the VU35P E300, like Red or like Retro Mike is saying right there. If you want to do the calculations for like the VU33P, I just go to the Forest Kitten one and I just change my number to 3, like times by 3. The only way to really get a good calculation. And even then, it's not
100%,
accurate.
but yeah, you're close enough.
It's like 70% of what it should be, because power delivery is better on the E300s, so therefore it achieves a better hash rate, but gives you some ballpark, or you can do it yourself. Yeah, 33 is a good one. I would prefer a VU 9P Osprey, but
the unicorn.
yeah, the unicorn. Tommy Chi, did you see my message in Misfit Discord about the big boy E300 units? I did not, Tommy Chi. I did not. Did you tag me, or where is it not? A guy in Discord was selling VU9P E300s. Excuse me. Say what?
What?
Where are you? Where? I want it. I think it was in the Hash Reactor Marketplace thread. Okay, Retro Mike told me to ignore it, so I'm gonna ignore it. I won't even waste my time. I don't know why, but I trust Retro Mike. He would trust me if I told him not to, so.
What up, Sox fan?
If he's gonna tell me not just to straight ignore it, I'm going to. I am curious of why they're selling one though, because I think they're a fool to sell it.
He's like joking. I'm being selfish.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that.
Damn.
I'm not in the hash reactor marketplace. So
He's like,
I don't
look
know
at
how
it.
to.
If you don't, I'll buy it. Let me know.
It all comes down to a question of how much it is.
Right. Like
That's the.
kind of let me know too.
I'm not in the hash reactor Discord either. Tommy Chi, hey man, help a brother out and let me know. I Retro Mike, it's just money. I know it's just money.
Just dollars and cents. They come and go. Easy come, easy go.
Right. That is right. Print more, it's
More,
fine.
it's just
That's
fine.
right.
Yep. Exactly.
Facts.
What our government does.
5,100 bucks. Wow. Worth it. Not really.
At that
Yeah, not really.
price.
Not
Not at
worth it.
that price.
Because I would never pay more than 1,000 for a BCU. Oh, you did all yours, Michael. Yeah, no, not at that
Like
price.
holy cow.
Yeah, I would never pay more than 1,000 for a BCU. So therefore, definitely wouldn't
That's
pay more than three
that's
thousand
somebody
for a
that's
VU9P E300.
that's somebody looking for a get rich quick scheme.
Tommy T, you can find our Discord down in the description below. Head down in there. You can find the Discord link to get in the DCA Discord, and you can find me in there. Uh, I don't know, never been in the Hash Reactor Discord, so if they got a marketplace and people are selling some rare stuff, I would love to see it, but that is extremely pricey. Even if the dude paid $1,000 for that BCU that he reballed to get a VU9P, because that's the only way to get a VU9P E300 is to reball them. That means it would be around $1,400 for that board to effectively be an E300. Even timesing that by 3 is 4,200 bucks. And less than their retail price. Well, they never sold a VU9P E300. Tommy T. Only way to get them is to reball a BCU chip.
Yep.
Or a VCU chip. Or what is it? There's another company that made another clone of a BCU.
Yeah, this is more your area.
BTU. A BTU. That's the word I was going for.
Retro is like I'd get working BCUs first. Yeah, it'd be better to get the working BCUs and then getting them reballed onto their boards
If it
because
was a
it's
working BCU, I wouldn't even reball it.
bro. They
You just
had
leave it as a BCU. There's
yeah,
no reason to reball it.
but they had issues too.
Well, I mean, you can transplant a working card and it still have a failure rate. So like you could still transplant a working chip and it fail and lose the chip completely. There's just no reason, in my opinion.
Because like the BCU boards had their thermal limit issues on the board. They had ground issues on the board. And I'm not even saying stuff that'll like crack the die. I'm just saying stuff just with the board
Yeah.
itself that was issues.
For sure, Richard Mike. He said it's cool to see someone selling one though. I mean, not cool, but yeah. He said they're super scarce. Yeah, there's only so many VU9P chips out in the wild. Like they're not being made anymore. Like what's
Right.
out there is out there. Like that's it. So like they're extremely scarce. I always the BCU is kind of the staple to the FPGA market. You can tell the flow of the FPGA market when you see BCUs being listed for like $1,500 plus. Like when you know that they're being listed at that point, there's a profitable bit stream. Like, that's kind of the way to look at that. I've personally bought in BCUs at like $500-600. Like
Right, cheap.
Definitely a thing.
Yep.
But that's when there's like
there's no profitable
middle of the bear market and nothing's profitable.
Right.
It's the best time to buy them.
Oh heck yeah! He's more of the.
Prime.
He's more of the FPGA guy. I'm more on the ASIC side of things myself. I mean, it's like with the ASIC side of stuff. I mean, the KS3. You know that one's profitability. I've been watching this one just slowly go down as more people are turning on more ASICs on there. This is gonna start slowly dwindling away. The Jazz Miner, the X16P, is actually at like $12.19 a day. That's actually not too bad, considering that it's on an F-hash algorithm, pulling in like 1900 watts. So I mean, for like 5.8 gigahash. Now, whenever I got into the first ASIC on Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, it was like 765 watts for 200 megahash. That was the Bitmain E3 Antminer, and you know, it's like I still have them here. I still have a couple of them from the fleet that I was, you know, still mining with. Up until a lot of these more profitable and more efficient hardware has been kind of streamlining on there. It kind of negates any kind of what I could potentially earn with my E3. Plus, with the market being down, it's not worth running. Let me pull my chat window over here because I can't read it and look at this at the same time. He's like, let's see here. Lots of Caspa ASIC testing. Oh, yeah, for sure, Sox fan. It's because there's profitability in it right now. Anytime there's profitability, it's like in the FPGA realm, you know. It's like you'll see profitable bit streams and you'll see all the hardware going for expensive high dollar. When there's enough of a profitable bit stream, it's easier to make an ASIC once you have a working bit stream. So kind of think of it as you're seeing a bunch of FPGA testing because it still takes an FPGA to actually make an ASIC chip. So you're seeing them fool around with new architecture. And that's always kind of cool to see too. Unfortunately, it makes people unprofitable if there's a lot of research and development going on, trying to find some more profitable hardware for everything. But yeah, I mean, it's in whatever little coin that's out there that seems to make the slightest little bit of profitability on it, guys. And almost expect a up and coming ASIC if that project stays profitable long term. It's something that I've seen trend a little bit more often as of lately, and it kind of sucks for the home miner. Because the quicker they turn around and decimate a project with an ASIC, the faster they kick off the home miners off of that network. Now, I understand that money talks in this whole realm, and people are going, well, I don't care about the home miner. I want something that's profitable, and I want to make sure that I'm going to outcompete them hands down. And that's where basically the ASICs kind of roll on in. And you're either going to try to find some really low cap coin to be mining, and you're going to do that on CPU, or you're mining Monero or something like that. I think it's also important to understand that the FPGA miners' bit streams are hardware specific. It has to interact with the hardware directly. It's widely different than a typical CPU, GPU mining apps. 100% retro, Mike. 100%. Because, I mean, you're talking about a whole different platform. All the FPGA offers is to make the ASIC chip itself. That's all it's for. The bit stream is not going to transverse into the ASIC realm nor the GPU realm. But as they sit there and they make the architecture for those said chips in the FPGAs, it's going to turn around and create more ASICs or better GPUs, depending on which direction and what manufacturer is doing with, said, because it takes an FPGA to create everything. Your CPU in your computer is an ASIC chip. Your phone, ASIC chip. It's like everybody wants to poo-poo on ASIC chips, but damn it, everybody uses them and they don't complain.
I used to be anti-ASIC.
I know. I've turned you around over the years.
All right. There's a time and a place for everything. I'm leery of buying altcoin ASICs, shitcoin ASICs, right?
He's one of us.
Like GPUs and FPGAs have their home for that, right?
Right.
But like, you play the game that people are playing right now with like the Casper ASICs. It's very difficult to navigate and be profitable if you're not in first batch. Your returns start diminishing as more batches release. Now you have, Bitmain clearly testing, and we are like watching, the hash rate soar.
Yep.
Now remember, they'll stop testing eventually, and you'll watch this hash rate plummet, right? But it's going to pick right back up. If not, it's not going to like completely go away.
Think of this, guys.
So,
there was a project once upon a time called Dash. Bitmain single-handedly killed Dash.
See, it happened with Sia Coin.
Right.
Obelisk made a Sia Coin ASIC, and Bitmain made one and released it sooner, and forced Sia Coin's hand in forking. And now all of those ASICs were like bricks before they got to anyone's doorstep.
Yep.
Because of that. So like, buying altcoin ASICs is a rough game for me.
Right. I mean, there's ones that I'm like,
if I'm going to buy an ASIC, I'm going to buy a Bitcoin ASIC. You know what I mean? Like, I know that's not going anywhere.
The only other one that I would even remotely consider would be a Litecoin ASIC. And even then,
I'd buy an ETC ASIC, like a Jazz miner or something like that.
Like they have one just to play with it.
Am I looking at like a 5-year plan with it? Probably not.
No. It's
3-year plan max.
yeah, and you just kind of off them real quick, you know.
I mean, not even that. Like it would need to make its money back in 3 years. Otherwise, I wouldn't buy it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, technically, you don't make your
In
money
my
back,
personal
and you
opinion.
don't make your money back until you sell the device, you know. So it's gotta make enough income to make it worthy to keep it.
Sure. Yeah.
To me, it's like I always kind of look at it like you're always out the money you spent on it. You don't get that money back until you sell it. It can make you money, but that's the cost of doing business.
Just like how Flux had a name before that failed. Crypto Badell. I love it.
You know,
It's
that one
funny.
name, you know, one that we shall not speak of. But yeah, I mean, like there are ones that like you're going to be picking and choosing like a light to me a Litecoin miner would be a second place winner to the Bitcoin miners, but even then that wouldn't be a long game unless you're on industrial power because Litecoin doesn't really go up in huge value. There are points of
I
where
mean, it does
there are
during a
times
bull
where
run.
it makes sense to mine, of course, during bull run. And the home miner could, if they had enough to be able to support the same amount of power it's going to take for Bitcoin. And then overall, if you hold on to Bitcoin, not only will you of course hold on to value longer, but typically going up in value over long periods of time. So where I don't know, Litecoin just kind of it's just there.
It's there.
Right? It's like I'm not worried about it being a rug pull or anything like that, but at the same time, I'm not I'm not thinking that it's like this great investment vehicle.
I agree, Crypto Badell. Do you hear they're coming out with another desktop wallet that's like specifically just for Flux? It's like their
What?
QT wallet. You know who controls that wallet?
Ooh.
Still Flux.
Oh wow.
It's not made by like a third party or anything. It's made by their team, which it should be, right? Like your coins wallet should be made by your team. But
Right, like Bitcoin. Okay, okay.
but it's the
But it's
the principle of the fact.
yeah.
Supposedly you'll be able to interact with like your parallel assets in there too, which if you can, then that means you would have to have some sort of feature built in to where you can accept like BNB, Solana, AVAX, Cadena, ETH, Ergo, Tron. Like you'd have to have a way to house all of those coins as well because you need all of those coins for like
And that just kind of
gas
gets rid
fees.
of the Zelcore, right?
Then it just kind of defeats the purpose of it being like a Flux only wallet. That's what I
Right.
don't understand. So I don't know.
That's funny.
I'm not really sure how that works. I don't know. I got tickets to go to their event, Cypherpunk. I would really want to go, but that's just more money. But it's expensive. It's in Fort Lauderdale. It's expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Especially when you're not splitting an Airbnb with somebody.
Yeah, this time I wouldn't be splitting any costs with anybody. It would just be me going.
Right.
So
It gets expensive.
it'd be expensive. It's only for 2 days, so it wouldn't be like too terribly bad.
It's still $500 for just for a room.
Because you gotta go if you get free tickets. I do get free tickets. Or Dan will hunt you down. I didn't accept the tickets yet. He'll told me he'll get me for free if I want to go. I didn't accept said tickets yet because of that said situation. Because he said he'd hunt me down if I didn't go. I've heard about them. They are a straight up garbage project to me. Maybe it'll be interesting when they start to. Right, 100%, man. I can check. I can't really see what that says. There's a stupid heart in the way.
And check employee rates on hotels.
All right. Check it. I'll let you go, but bad something, a bad time of the year. Yeah.
Fidel. No! Not like that. I mean, it could be like that. You have to video it if you're going to do it. Because I'd want to see
That'd be
it.
hilarious. And Cherry Guy says you should go so you can say hi to me. Oh, you're gonna go into your guy? That'd be nice. I haven't been uninvited yet. No, you haven't. That's why you should go, Retro Mike. If it ain't true, if no video.
Right?
I don't know. I want to go because I want to see what's gonna happen.
See what kind of a poop show it's turned into.
Plus, Seth is gonna be there, and I love Seth. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it would be interesting to see what it's turning into. You know what I mean?
It's got to be
'Cause
turning into an absolute shit show at this point.
Because I was a real believer of Zell when Zell was the thing. I preferred Zell. Truly lost me when they took away ZK Snarks. I didn't appreciate that. Zell is dead. I know Zell is dead. Should make my own Zell. I want to fork. I want to fork the code of like the original Zell. That'd be the way to go. The OG chain. Prior to parallel assets, like crazy when ZK Snarks was there and no parallel assets. Shielded transactions at all.
Like what happened to Zell Classic?
I don't know. That was a thing though.
Yeah, I remember that. They were like, "Oh, we're going to continue everything," and then
continue the original chain.
And then they just kind of silently petered out.
One of the main reasons is to network when I wanted to meet people and connections. Yes, see, the main reason I want to be there is mainly because of like the stuff that's going to be there and like the connections.
Retro
some
Mike,
Solana projects
Zell
will be there.
Classic.
You know, like Web3 type projects will be there. That's cool stuff. To kind of have that, it's gonna be interesting to have that mingle in with the mining world. Like that's what I'm ready to see. It's interesting to me because those two don't go together. But I would go the way of atomic wallets.
And then one other thing for the home GPU miners, looks like they're pushing off the RTX 50 series. There's going to be no successor to the 8104 GPU. We now have a designation of an X05 but that's more into data center stuff.
Solana Summerfest was a hot mess last weekend. Oh no.
So I'm not sure if if Nvidia is gonna start spacing out their GPU launches a little bit more and gives them a little bit more time to do some development instead of these like little baby steps of performance, and then they're trying to cheat the rest of the performance out in software. It's gonna be interesting in the GPU world. And then I wonder if Nvidia does that, will that also mean that AMD will slow down on their production of pumping out brand new fresh GPUs? Where they go into just doing like a refresh of a refresh, where we'll get a couple of generations of the 8104 chip.
I don't know. So they're gonna release it right at the height of the bull market.
They ain't stupid. Yeah, I would think so too. I think that would force them to roll out faster. But right now, Nvidia's sales are down on GPUs. AMD's sales are down on GPUs. People don't have as much disposable income to be sitting there trying to upgrade to the latest and greatest thing. You've got to let these people, like, if you just got a 30 series GPU, you have no need to upgrade your PC for another couple of generations minimum. I mean, unless you've got stupid money you want to just burn off.
Right, I agree.
So but it looks like they're definitely going to be pulling back, pushing off for the next GPU lineup. And the next GPU lineup should also be part of the Blackwell GPU family, which again, that is more going to be into your data center stuff. So it looks like they're going to be focusing in a lot on the AI stuff. And if you've been watching like Nvidia's like keynote speakings and stuff like that, they seem to like have more of a blip of gaming, and it's very highly focused in on data centers and AI development. That is going to be AMD's, not AMD, NVIDIA's core focus as of right now. A lot of times that's what has been their core focus, but they also wanted to make good GPUs at some point in time. They thought that was a great business model. Now it looks like they're going to slow down and kind of go back into focusing in on those two key areas, especially with AI development blowing up the way that it is. You're going to have more people that are going to be trying to get up onto that train of AI. Does that mean that AMD will follow? Hard to say. I think Lisa Su would be savvy enough to go, hey, look, if NVIDIA is going to abandon this market, we'll take it. Because the GPU, the gaming market, the gaming and the home miners will, as long as they can sit there and produce a GPU that not only do the gamers want, but the home miners want it too, they will do very well by capturing those core consumers. But they've also got to do it with a low price, and that's what AMD has been known for a long time. It's why you'll always see the AMD GPUs be a lot less priced, because everybody wants that, NVIDIA for gaming side of it. But I don't know. It's like, for myself, I'm kind of like, yes, I do use NVIDIA for my gaming experience. With the way that a lot of NVIDIA's shady tactics,
I was using
with business, I think
6700 XT, bro, and we were playing like Fortnite and stuff like that with it, I never noticed the difference. Like,
Right, and I think that if whenever
and
I
I
go
run a
to
3070 Ti on my computer, man, and I
right,
never noticed the difference. Like,
and you know, and
it was
that's
a
where
solid experience.
I explain to people, I'm like, hey, look, if you are doing a 1080p monitors, all you're trying to do is just max out what the 1080p monitor can do. And if a 20 series GPU will do that, no problem. Your only issue you're ever going to run into is, do you have enough VRAM in there to support the game you're doing? Are you doing virtual reality? Well, now you're going to need a little bit more VRAM on there.
Only
So
that, but like actual RAM in your PC.
that too. But it's very demanding on the GPU. It is like very hardcore, especially on certain experiences. Um, and because like my brother was having issues with his VR occasionally, and he was running a 1070 Ti, and he was like, you could just watch it just peg out the VRAM occasionally, watch the screen just hiccup. So I mean, like, just because you got 8 gigs of VRAM in there doesn't mean that you got enough. So I mean, but I mean, we all know to look at the gaming specs on there. But but if you were primarily a 1080p a gamer, I don't see needing the latest and greatest thing. Now, if you got 4K monitors and you're trying to utilize that because you spent $10,000 on your computer in the last 3 years, then what the hell at that point.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, they're still launching like new versions of 30 series cards.
Right there. Well,
Like still,
there's new players jumping into the arena with them.
yeah.
That I mean,
It's
like,
a no-brainer. It's a good,
and
it's a
Sox,
good series compared to like what they're trying to put out now.
right? And
Where is everyone watching DJ play? Oh, it doesn't look like he's alive anymore. He's not alive anymore. But he was. Oh, he was up until 19 minutes ago. He was playing great GTA 5.
But Sox fan, he's like feels like EVJ made the right decision about quitting the GPU market. It looks like EVGA is going a little step further. It looks like the EVGA might be sunsetting here next. It doesn't look like the CEO wants to find a successor to the company. And if he's not looking for a successor for the company, the only thing you can do is that when he passes away, it gets sunsetted.
Yep.
Or he retires and it gets sunsetted. It just looks like he's doing stuff to start slowing down the business, slowing down production, letting go a lot of people in the company. Yeah, it just looks like we're looking at the end of EVGA, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, it is. I do agree.
And that's why I'm kind of glad that I was able to get my hands on like 3 Kingpin 3090s. I got the last of 2 generations of companies.
It's so good. Lots of great memories. Yeah,
Lots
tons
of
of
great memories. Oh yeah.
Lots of good hardware. I know that like even when you do like RMA processes now, like their RMA stock is slowly dwindling away because they're not making more and they're not like doing much more. They're placing stuff, so they're just like slowly just dwindling away. Makes you want to cry.
Right?
I'm not crying, bro. You're crying.
It's just hot in here. I'm sweating from my eyeball.
Right.
So hot in here.
So hard.
Like, if you need anything, remember they still got Wednesday B stock deals. Facts.
It is facts.
Man, it looks like Bitcoin just doesn't want to stay above that $30,000 marker either.
No, it doesn't.
I haven't checked it in like weeks. I work too much to care what the price of Bitcoin is. I just DCA, that's all.
Yeah. I almost bought a 2080 Ti. I mean, that'd be a good card to buy
Right?
from EVGA. Any of the Ti series of the 80 class is a good bet. 2080, 3080, 1080.
Hell yeah. Those are top tier cards right there. Before you get into the Titan class, I don't care if they call it a 90 class. That 90 class is the Titan. Let's be real.
Yep. That'd be the stuffs, that's for sure. I haven't checked their B stock stuff in a while. I have not checked it in a while. 3090 is the best 3090 I've ever owned. The 3090 Ti is the best 3090 I've ever owned. Well, the 3090 Ti is what the 3090 was supposed to be. And what the 3090 should be when it's at its best. You know what I mean?
Right? God, I'm so scared to see this new AMD Threadripper Pro price come out. I already know this is going to be expensive.
It's gonna cost a lot of money.
Oh my god, because the Threadripper Pro 5995WX is going for $6,499. And the go down two tiers below that, and it's going for 2,400. Bro, the chip that I want for my computer, just the regular Threadripper non-pro, it's the 2950WX for my motherboard. They still want $1,600 for it.
For a first gen Threadripper board?
No, yeah, for a first gen Threadripper board with this is the second gen chip on there. It is like ungodly expensive for these chips. And like people are like, oh, well, you can find it on eBay, and I'm like, yeah, I know. And you look at it, and they're all for bidding, and I haven't seen one sell for less than 1,400. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not spending over $1,000 for an old chip at this point. We have third gen Threadrippers out there. It's like this chip should be like a $600 chip by now. Whenever I built my computer, the 2950WX had just come out, and that was going for like $2,200 for the chip. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy that first gen because that's only $250. Like, good God.
Jeez.
I was like, never pay $370 for a 20 series card.
A little bit much.
Yeah.
But they're never going to make them again, so.
Especially on the EVGA side. So if you're looking for the collector part, you're gonna bite the bullet, you know.
Especially during a bull run, those cards will have extra value. Thinking a bull run, maybe not. I don't know. Not any kind of financial advice.
But we are over that 1 hour marker here too, guys. Having an awesome conversation with all you FA people. Usually I'll put that FAs in the chat, guys.
Oh no, Crypto Badell. He said I'm 47 minutes behind. Because I heard the intro for the third time. And it was like, dang. So sorry, Crypto Badell. Right. I've been having that happen a lot to me here recently, like watching a YouTube live. And if I'm like watching it, I'll look down and it's no longer like up to date. I have to click like the live option and then it jumps me forward, but in an unknown amount of time. And you're like, oh crap. Well, now what did I miss?
Right.
It's been doing that a lot with me past like week or so.
Oh, John, I got to do that tomorrow.
Really
my yard work is tomorrow, my man. There's a lot of it. I got to mow and all that good stuff.
There's a lot of it.
So as everybody's sitting there dropping those FAs in the Chizzy chat, smashing them Lizardy like buttons, tell all you awesome motherfuckers, you guys are rated F for fucking awesome.
Yeah. FA for sure.
Hells yeah. Like we don't do grass in Arizona. I know you guys grow sand out there. With your whole whopping 11 inches of rain you get annually.
A good one.
John laughs because he knows it's true. You got like 2 days to collect all the rain that you need for the whole year. you better maximize every square foot of rain capture ability, because all the rest of the water China owns.
No water in the rivers either.
Oh
In the
yeah.
rovers. Rivers.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
they get dry flood creeks. And these creeks, like when they see water, man, water just flows over it. The ground can't even soak it in. It's so dry, you know?
I have a bucket full at the moment.
Don't waste it.
You guys are gonna love my ace events. I love anything you do.
Whoa.
Oh, touch my drama. But all right, I got a baby out there waiting for me to hopefully put him to bed.
Right,
So I
right.
gotta
Gotta
be
let you do
rolling
your
up outta
daddy
here.
duty stuffs. Yep, yep, yep.
He was supposed to be sleeping, but has decided that sleeping is not
Optional.
in that situation, apparently.
It's optional, Dad.
So,
Come on, Dad. It's optional. It's the weekend. I could stay up a little later, right? You gotta prep yourself for that conversation for the 4th time.
it's thanks. It's thanks. Sad but true.
Oh my god, Tech Man, get out of here with that.
Terrible.
Hashtag terrible.
The worst.
Oh god, you're a bad influence, bro. Bad influence.
Terrible tech man. Never letting you around my children. Oh. He says night night.
Benadryl baby, night night.
Oh, tech man.
Yeah, no, doesn't hit me like that either. I'm right there with you, John.
And the Benadryl makes me sleepy.
Not me. But we're gonna let you get going here so that you can attend to the baby. So
The baby.
Right. So with that being said, there's nothing going on for tomorrow, right? Other than I might go live on crypto and hot rods. I probably will. More than likely. 90% positive.
There you go. Well, hope you enjoy it.
Right? So, with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. Peace out. Stay savage. May your watts be low and your hash be high. We'll see you on the next one. Yo.
Later, guys.